Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Wednesday, 8th of April, 14th of Nissan, which means it's Erev Pesach. So there's a million laws that we need to go over. I only have 4 minutes. I'll just say a few short ones quickly. Remember that if you forget to say the same beracha when we switch over, and we're going to switch over on the first day of Pesach, your first chance to say the same bracha will be on Chol HaMoed Pesach. If you forget to say it, you can still make it up by inserting it just near the end of the bracha of Shema Kolenu, right before you get to the words Ki Ata Shomea. Right there, you can insert the same bracha al Pnei Hadama. And the reason you can still do that is because that whole section of brachos is considered the request part of the Shemona Esrei. Right there at the words Ki Ata Shomea Tefillah, uh, that's where you're kind of wrapping up. So right there, you can insert any requests that you forgot. That same trick will not work if you messed up and you said Mashiv Haruach Hamorid Agashem. And the reason for that is because Mashiv Haruach is a praise, and it belongs in the praise part of the Shemona Esrei. And for those who daven Ashkenaz, you were supposed to not recite that praise, so it could only be fixed if you're still in the middle of that bracha, and you could go back to the words Mechaya Mesim Ata Rabla Hoshia Mechal Kel Chayim Bechesed, and like this time say it without inserting Mashiv Haruach. I said that kind of fast with a lot of Hebrew words. If you need that clarified, ask your rabbi about that omission. Remember that we're going to start counting Svira on the second night of Pesach, and you should always count it at nighttime. Best time is after nightfall, but if necessary, you can do it after the sun goes down. If you forget to count it, you can still count during the daytime of the following day without a bracha. And then on the next night, you continue as if nothing went wrong, because nothing really went wrong. But if you forget it for a whole 25-hour period and you leave out one day, then you will continue counting for the rest of Sfiras HaOmer, but you will count without a bracha because the chain of the wholeness of the mitzvah got kind of broken. Remember that we will be saying the full Hallel on the first 2 days of Pesach and half Hallel on the Chol HaMoed days of Pesach, which begins with Shabbos. Maybe we'll get to explain that during Chol HaMoed. Remember also to make an Erev Tavshilin on Erev Pesach. Real quickly, what an Erev Tavshilin is it's, you see, you're not allowed to cook or light a candle on Friday afternoon in preparation for Shabbos, this right now. And the reason you're not allowed to do that is because that would be like preparing on Yom Tov for Shabbos. So you're not allowed to prepare for Yom Tov on Shabbos. Therefore, we say Erev Tavshilin. Basically, it's a special ceremony that shows that our cooking for Shabbos was already kind of done symbolically on Erev Pesach. And whatever we're doing on Friday afternoon is just an add-on to that. That's the quick sort of technical overview of what an Erev Tavshilin is. It's fully explained inside of your Good Sitter, if you want to look at it in there. And you should do that Erev Tavshilin sometime on Wednesday, on Erev Pesach. If you forget, then you can still rely on the rabbi of the town, who usually says in his Erev Tavshilin that he's making it for everybody in the city, and that will cover for you too. On the first 2 nights of Pesach, when you light candles, you'll say Shehecha Yanu along with the candle lighting. We'll probably end up telling you in Chol HaMoed, interestingly, that we do not do that for the last Yom Tov days of Pesach, but we'll probably explain that during Chol HaMoed. Also, because of the coronavirus and everyone, all of us being in our homes, many things will be different. If you foresee any questions that you're going to have with any of that because you won't be at shul and you won't be near your rabbis to ask them all those questions, please try to think of them in advance so you'll have guidance as to what to do, because you won't be able to run into your rabbi's house to ask him the question. So think out all your situations. You're going into what we nickname a 3-day Yom Tov. You know, it's going to be Thursday and Friday is Yom Tov, and then Shabbos is all attached to it. So try to get all of your questions answered with your rabbi before Pesach begins. Have a Chag, Kasher v'Sameach, a good Yom Tov, a good Shabbos, and we'll hopefully have a brand new halacha for you for Sunday. Bye-bye.